Hi, and welcome back to the MySG Prop Podcast, where we explore smart property investing and uncover insights from Singapore to the region. I am Rainey, and with me today, as always, is CS.
Thanks, Rainey. It is great to be here. And to all our listeners, a very good Monday morning to you on this 19th of January, 2026. We've got a packed weekly update for you, diving deep into the market pulse, looking at the latest trends, statistics, and some interesting research.
Wow, 19th of January already? Time really flies, doesn't it? I'm super excited to hear what the property market has been up to. What's been the hottest news this past week, CS? Give us the juicy details.
Well, Rainey, kicking things off with our hot news of the week, the Coastal Cabana Executive Condominium, or EC, made quite a splash. They managed to sell 67% of its units during its launch weekend. The average selling price was around $1,734 per square foot.
67%. That's pretty strong for an EC, especially with today's prices, right? $1,734 per square foot for an EC. That's quite a figure. So what are the unit types and prices like?
Indeed, Rainey. For those interested, 3-bedroom units are available now, starting from $1.51 million, and 4-bedroom units are from $1.65 million. It shows there's still healthy demand for ECs, even at these price points, perhaps due to their inherent value proposition and eligibility criteria.
That's quite something. ECs are definitely still a hot commodity. What else made headlines this week? Anything else on the EC front?
Absolutely. Still on the EC topic, the second Woodlands EC site actually set a new record. It received a top bid of $794 per square foot per plot ratio from Sim Lian. This is a significant figure and really highlights the developer confidence and, perhaps, the anticipated demand for future EC projects in that area.
$794 per square foot per plot ratio. That's a record for a Woodlands EC site, you say? Wow. That tells us a lot about how developers are viewing the northern region of Singapore. It could potentially mean future ECs in Woodlands might be launching at even higher prices. Wouldn't you agree?
I think that's a very fair assessment, Rainey. It sets a new benchmark and reflects the underlying land value and projected market sentiment. It's definitely something for potential buyers to keep an eye on.
Right. So moving on from the hot news, what about new launch promotions? Are there any attractive deals out there that our listeners should know about?
Oh, there are definitely some enticing offers in the new launch promotions segment. First up, we have Nara Residences, with units starting from only $998,000 or $1,930 per square foot. VVIP viewing for this one is ongoing until the 27th of January.
$998,000? That's just shy of $1 million for a new launch. That sounds pretty appealing to a lot of first-time buyers or even investors looking for a well-priced entry point, doesn't it? And VVIP viewing until the 27th, so not much time left for that.
Precisely. And speaking of VVIP viewings, also ending on the 27th of January, we have Newport Residences, a freehold development, with prices starting from $1.2 million plus. Freehold in a prime location often gets a lot of attention.
Oh, freehold, that's a big draw for many Singaporean property buyers. The idea of owning a piece of land indefinitely really appeals to our local sentiment, right?
Certainly does, Rainey. And then we have Clayton's, which is a newly top, meaning temporary occupation permit, freehold project. They're running a 1 PSF promo with all units at $2,550 per square foot and units starting from $1.56 million.
A newly TOP freehold with a fixed per square foot promo? That's interesting. Getting a brand new freehold unit that's ready to move in or rent out without the long wait and with a transparent pricing model like that sounds like a good opportunity.
It really does offer clarity for buyers. And for another freehold option, we have 10 Evelyn at Newton, which is also TOP, offering up to $80,000 in discount. They only have their last 2 units of 1-bedroom apartments left, now priced at $1.29 million and $1.31 million, respectively.
$80,000 discount and only 2 1-bedroom units left at Newton? That's a real incentive for someone looking for a compact freehold unit in a central location. Those won't last long, I imagine.
Exactly. It's a very limited opportunity. Now let's pivot slightly to the resale property showcase. For those who prefer immediate occupancy, or perhaps something with a bit of history and character.
Ooh, resale. Always interesting to see what's on the market. Anything catch your eye this week, CS?
There is an interesting unit at International Plaza. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit spanning 1,033 square feet, going for $1.49 million. The description highlights a high-floor, sea view, and it's renovated and fully furnished.
International Plaza, that's a classic. and a high-floor, sea-view, renovated, and fully furnished unit in the CBD area for under $1.5 million? That sounds like a fantastic deal for someone who works in the city or wants an investment property with great rental potential. Plus, it's ready to go.
It certainly presents a compelling package, especially for those who value convenience and a view. And speaking of investments, for our listeners who are looking beyond our shores, we also have an overseas investment property showcase.
Beyond Singapore, you say? Now that sounds intriguing. Where are we looking at this week?
We are looking at Dubai. You can invest in freehold properties there starting from as low as 400,000 plus Singapore dollars. And here's the real kicker, Rainy. 0% income tax, 0% property tax, and 0% capital gains tax.
0% income tax, 0% property tax, and 0% capital gains tax? Hold on, let me stop you there. That sounds almost too good to be true. Are you saying you don't pay any of those taxes on property investments in Dubai?
That's exactly it, Rainy. It's a very attractive proposition for international investors, especially when you consider the freehold status and the potential for growth in the region. It's definitely an option worth exploring for diversification and tax efficiency.
Wow, Dubai certainly sounds like an investment hotspot with those tax benefits. That's really something to think about for our listeners. Well, CS, this has been an incredibly insightful session today, covering everything from local ECs to global investment opportunities.
It has been, Rainy. I hope our listeners picked up something useful for their next property move. Whether you're looking at new launches, resale, or even overseas investments, staying informed is key.
Absolutely. That's all for today's podcast from My SG Prop. Don't forget to follow or share this episode with someone who's into real estate too. More insights and new launch updates await you at mysgprop.com. Catch you next time.
Till next week.